Cosmic risings and galactic day to everybody. My name is Universe and I am your source for today's video. You know, it's first thing in the morning, getting my day started. I'm driving right now and I got some stuff on my mind, you know what I'm saying, that I want to get out. Y'all want to put out there to y'all, to the universe. So in this video we're going to be talking about the science of fire, or the inner fire, you know, aka, you know, your solar plexus, which is the chakra, you know, aka the soul, aka the ether energy. You know, a lot of people, they compare the fire within with rage, war, even hatreds, you know, such and such, but that's not just what it's all about. You know, fire is more like energy. You know how they say if you have fasting with something, they be like, you know, you need to get some fire up under your ass. You know what I'm saying? Put some pep in your step. So I use the fire as energy. It's not always meant just to be used, you know, during conflict, even though of course it's very, very, very useful, you know, during conflict or whatnot. But you need to use that fire for fuel. So for all y'all out there that got anger management, you know, attitude problems, bad communication skills, etc., you are the ones that have excessive fire within you. You just need to learn how to manage it the proper way. Just like the fires that, you know, happen in LA. Prayers go out to everybody out there in LA. That was a devastating situation. But you know what they were saying? The fire spread it so fast and so wide because it was 100-mile-per-hour winds. So it's damage control. You got to understand the science of controlling the fire. And when you say the wind helps the fire pick up, because the fire feed off the oxygen in the air, that's why they tell you, you know, you got to smother the fire with oxygen. Look at the people around you that show oxygen. People, you know, the good and bad people. Not just the people that get on your nerves that you don't like or you continuously bump heads with or you don't have the best of relationships with. Even the good people, because, you know, they pour love and life into you. You know, when you feel like giving up, you have those certain people that, you know, all you need to do is just have maybe an hour conversation with them and you'll be back to yourself. You'll be back, you know, locked in, or, you know, back zoned in on your goals, long term and short term, whatever that you feel that you need to do or what you focused in on at the moment. Now, also with this fire, it can help feed the brain ether as well. Meaning, let's say if you want to save $25,000 this year, and you know you already got bills to pay, one job may not get that done, depending on, you know, how much you make it. So that fire is going to tap into, you know, the mental ether is going to say, you know what, man, I need to get another job. And it don't even necessarily have to be a full-time 40-hour a week. Like, let me work this second shift or third shift, then get off that job and go in on first shift. It could be something Uber Eats, DoorDash, Lyft, driving for Uber, package deliveries, Amazon Flex, etc. That's that fire. So the fire is the fuel. The fire is the energy. So you have to look at yourself. This picture, a volcano in your core. And you know how volcanoes, they slowly, you know, spew out lava and little fireballs or whatnot. That's how you have to, that's the symbol, that's the picture you need to have in your mind when it comes to you needing to get that energy, you know, that fire up under you, or that extra push, you know. That's what you need to, that's what you need to picture. Even when you mad, you know, go do something productive. Go hit the gym. Go read some books. Start jotting down ideas and stuff. I know they used to help me out. Years ago, I used to, get really mad. I just start writing. Just start writing. Some of them will be poems of war. Sometimes I'll draw. I started off doing poems of war and just writing. And then after that, I started to draw. To start drawing stuff, sketching and, stuff like that. And I could literally feel the energy transmitting from my body onto the paper. Because there was that fire. It was like a fire vein that came from my core to my arm onto the paper. So that's what I want y'all to start doing. Start picturing you have a volcano within your core. Whenever you get mad or you get, unsettled, uneasy or frustrated, or even when you feel like you don't have enough energy, let that energy build up. You need to learn to use it, because there's a lot of untapped energy we have in our body, but we just don't know how to tap into it. We don't know how to use it. And one of the first things that'll help you tap into all of that infinite unused and energy is breath work. Controlling your breathing. Having a sense of direction when you do your breathing. Don't just do breath work just because it's good. It brings more oxygen to your brain. You need to have intentions. When you're doing your breath work, what are you focusing it on? What are you repeating? You need to think of stuff like that. Focus in on your goals. Powerful thoughts. Sometimes when I do my breath work, I will breathe for a couple minutes until my mind is mentally clear and I'm not thinking of 5, 6, 7, 8 different things at one time. I even picture myself floating, glowing, maybe on like a step pyramid, a giant mound, overlooking the city or something like that. That's what I do. And it kind of helps me block out everything, my surroundings, my daily thoughts, etc., etc. So I want y'all to start, tapping into that, to start trying to, do their breath work and focus in on those intentions, that next step in life that you're trying to take, whether it's physical, financial, spiritual, whatever the case might be. I want you to start zeroing in and focusing in on that. Because when I'm consistent and when I do it, it actually works. I'm telling you. Whatever you put into this shit, that's what you're going to get out. So if you're not consistent, your success is not going to be consistent. You're going to get something here and there. If you are consistent and you locked in, it might not come ASAP, but when it does come, what they say, when it rains it pours, it's going to come in. But you need to make sure that you're ready to receive that. Because a lot of us have got those so-called blessings, and we got the breaks in life that we say that we really need, and we fumbled the ball. Let's just be honest. Because we wasn't ready to receive them, but we kept on saying that we need, I got to get this. If I could only get this, I need to get this. We kept pushing that energy out in the universe. Then when we get it, we spending money on other things. We get in a certain situation. It could be relationships. It could be a job situation, whatever. And you sabotage yourself because you wasn't ready. That breath work, it would teach you patience. It would teach you discipline. It's going to teach you order. That's what you need. That's what helped me out a lot through my journeys, my personal journeys, stuff that I have going on, stuff I'm trying to build up to. Because that fire, once you tap into that fire element, is very, 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 very powerful. And you must be disciplined, especially mentally and emotionally. I could definitely say emotionally more than mentally, because you could think what you want to think in your mind as long as you don't act on it. But emotionally, listen, fire and water, they are very, very emotional elements. Very emotional elements. So if you're a high emotional person, start trying to tap into the fire element. Start trying to bring, that heat up on your temperature gauge. You know how, one of my lingos, I say, when I politic with people, I check their temperature. To see how much heat, to see how much fire they got inside of them, to see who I'm dealing with. Because that's rule number one. Always understand the type of person that you're dealing with. So, me, myself, I've been really tapped into the fire element lately. And it's a very, very empowering, element to use. It could be a very self-destructing element as well if you're not careful with it. I think I'm gonna start a series where I talk about different warlords and just rulers that was really tapped into the fire element and how they use the element of fire, the energy of it, to reign supreme, to beat their enemies, to rule their nations, their clans, even with the secret society leaders and gang leaders, even politicians, because politicians, they are rulers as well. You might not see it that way, but that's just what it is, because they the ones that's making the laws that governs you and your family for decades and generations. So they are rulers as well, not just the president. They're more of a ruler than the president, honestly, because the president is really like a puppet for the most part. So I'm gonna start digging, more deep on the science, of fire, how to use it. This an intro video of, this a few basic points that I wanted to touch on before I really start dropping the science and the information, behind the element of fire. And I'm gonna get into some personal stuff as far as personal stories and stuff that I tapped into that helped me in situations. But my name is Universe, and I'm gonna tap in with y'all soon.